Oh, the vodka. It's time to celebrate. The Melbourne Storm choked. Let's have a drink. Fuck yeah, boys.
Nick from Australia.
Get over. Yeah. That's totally overpaid wanker. Why the fuck would you go short? You stupid cunt. Yeah! Woo! Cowboys win! Yeah! Yeah! Here we go! Drink water! Holmes! Yeah! Guys, subscribe to the channel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! The Cowboys win it! Woo! Oh, hello, me lads! We are live! Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to another live stream. Hope you guys are doing well on this Thursday evening, 7:33 p.m. here in New South Wales. And tonight is going to be the second episode of the Nick from Australia Rugby League Q&A. Hope all is well with everyone out there. I can see the chat's going absolutely berserk right now. It's going to be hard to catch up with the live chat, but I'll try my best. Hope everyone's well. Also, make sure you guys become a member. If you want to become a member of the Nick from Australia membership, it is only going to cost you $5 a month. The link to the membership is in the description below. It's $5 a month. It's a monthly payment of $5. It only, like, when you think about it, it's like $1.30 a week or something. I haven't added up the statistics, but when you think about it, that's pretty much what the price is or something like that. $5 a month, guys. The link's in the description below. Also, if you're new to the channel around here, make sure you guys go ahead and like this live stream. Subscribe if you're new around here as well, and it is also much appreciated. And also, I want to thank you guys as well for taking the time out of your day or night, wherever you are watching this video in the world. Make sure you go ahead and like the stream. I really appreciate everyone who takes the time out of their day or night to tune into my videos. But before we get into anything else as well, I want to give a big thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring the video. Manscaped, guys, the Lawnmower 4.0, I can't speak highly enough of it. It is outstanding. It has this new skin-safe technology as well, which is fantastic, so you don't nick your balls as well. The package, guys, it comes with the Lawnmower 4.0, the ball deodorant, the ball toner, other great stuff, guys. Manscaped, thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring the video. The discount code, guys, is right there on the screen. NFA. If you go on the Manscaped and you buy something, the discount code is right there. NFA. Thank you guys so much for tuning into tonight's video. I really do appreciate it. But let me just adjust this camera a little bit here. Without further ado, this is the Nick from Australia Rugby League Q&A. Guys, the floor is yours. Ask me a question, rugby league related or whatever related. Fire away, and I'm going to have a mouthful of this Coke, so fire your questions away. Oh, Coke's good. Oh, my God. Oh, tastes so bloody good. All right, here we go. Questions are coming in. Here we go. Jack Dempsey, straight out of the bat. Big question straight out of the bat. Jack Dempsey says, I know it's a touchy subject, but what are your thoughts on the Brett Finch situation? Okay, Jack, I have heard what's happened. I've seen the reports on social media. I have read a few things about it as well. I refuse to comment on what Brett Finch has done until I hear his side of the story. In life, when there's a situation, there are two sides to both stories. What Brett Finch did is wrong. I hope it's all fake. I hope it's not true. But from what I've seen, it's not looking good for Brett Finch. But until Brett Finch comes out and says something as well about what's happened, I'm not going to comment on it because I don't want to judge someone for something that they have done that's allegedly happened. So we'll see what happens with Brett Finch, but it does not look good as well. It looks really bad. So until I hear both sides of the story, I'm not really going to comment on it. What else we got here? Josh says, good call. Yeah, fair enough. Well said, sir. Says Sam Revel. Shout out to Sam Revel. Well, that's a good point as well, Jack. That is a good point as well. There's another question here as well. Metallic Panther. Corey Norman has retired. Yes, he has. Now, my thoughts on the career of Corey Norman are, all right, I'm going to be brutally honest here, and you guys are going to get the brutally honest Nick from Australia. You're not going to get the guy that likes to kiss ass. Okay. Corey Norman has retired today. You know why Corey Norman has retired? Because he's given up in his rugby league career. When you look back on the career of Corey Norman, you're going to have a look back at the drug incident a couple of years ago. You're going to look back on his career. And Corey Norman's career is a failure. And now people are going to say, oh, how dare you say that? How dare you say Corey Norman's career was a failure? But hey, Corey Norman's career, looking back on it, has been a failure. His career was a joke. He was never the number one option on a NRL team. He was never the great game manager that he could have potentially been. He was never the superstar player that coaches and players and people in the media thought that he could be. Corey Norman's career will go down as a joke. The only good thing he could do in his career was probably kick a field goal. So Norman's career has been a joke. It has been a failure. He could have really went places. He could have went the Super League, although I reckon he would have struggled over there as well. All he did was really kick field goals, and people are going to say, oh, but he played an Origin game. Yeah, he played an Origin game because Queensland had a lot of injuries and they had no one else to pick, and the Dragons that year were actually going all right. So Corey Norman's NRL career has been a joke and it has been a failure. If you disagree with that, you're an idiot. He won a wooden spoon. He won what? He played 2 finals games. I don't think he ever won a finals game anyway when he played in the finals. Looking back on Corey Norman's career, his career will go down as a failure. So, not much to really say more about Corey Norman. Daniel Sexton says, if I become a member, where do I go and watch it? So, Daniel, if you go on to this live stream that you're watching right now, go down to the description. You'll see a link to it, and there'll be a link to it to become a member. As simple as that. Okay. We've got a question here from Jeffrey about the racing. Hey, Nick, have you got a winner for the weekend in the races? My tip is race 6. Number 2, just ask me each way, bro. Into Cranbourne, which is the trots. Number 3. All right, I'll have a look at that, Jeffrey. I'll have a look at it later on, bro. Hoops with JC says it wasn't really a failure. He made a lot of money. Yeah, he made a lot of money, and it went where? To the pokies? It went to fines? I don't know, man. I think his career was a bit of a joke. Daniel Bate says, I remember asking a Parramatta fan a few years back how they would go that season, and they were very excited about Norman's career going forward. Wow. I mean, don't get me wrong, he had maybe one good year in his career, and that might have been 2016 or 2017, but after that, it really faded to dust. So Norman had potential, but he just did not live up to it. It was a shame, really. Pete Veretto, is Todd Payten a good coach in your opinion? No, I think he's a shit coach. I think so far he's been a bit of a joke. I'm not really a Todd Payten fan. I think the Cowboys in 2021, should have been a lot better. They had potential to be better, and they were in the top 8, and then his coaching, his decisions weren't good, and the way he handled Tamalolo last year was disappointing as well. So I think Todd Payten is a really shit coach so far. He's got a lot to learn before he becomes a good coach. What are your thoughts on Nick Cotrick going to the Raiders as Metallic Panther? I think it's great for the Raiders. The Raiders should never have got rid of him. I know they had salary cap issues in the past, but I think Nick Cotrick going back to the Raiders is probably a good thing. And I know Nick Cotrick got injured at the Bulldogs and he couldn't play for the rest of the season, but Nick Cotrick will go down as one of the worst Bulldogs outside backs pickups probably the last 10 years, to be honest. And it's a shame because Cotrick's a great player. Norman is lucky he has wide KTR money. Yeah, true. Josh has just given us advertisement on how to become a member. Thanks, Josh, for that. J Lockyer 03. Not a question, but Christmas has somewhat come early for Parramatta as Junior Paulo has re-signed. Still a lot of rebuilding to do. Yeah, I think Parramatta had to re-sign Junior Paulo. If they lost Junior Paulo, it would have went real downhill for the Eels, losing Isaiah Papali'i, losing Murata Niokore, losing Reid Marnie. If I had lost Junior Paulo, that would have been it. It would have hurt them a lot. So good news for the Eels today that Junior Paulo has re-signed. Hoops with JC. What team is rebuilding the best and has the best future in 5 years? You might laugh at me now, but in 5 years we'll see what happens. But I reckon the Dragons, man. I love what the Dragons are doing. They've got a lot of youth, a lot of young talent. Also mixed up there with a bit of experience. I think the Dragons in the next 5 years are going to be a really strong side. So I'm going to say the Dragons in the next 5 years are going to be up there. That's what I reckon. Jeffrey. Yeah, we're not gonna get into that, Jeffrey. I don't want to talk about negative stuff, bro. That PN guy's a disease, and we don't need to talk about that anymore. The corner post is there if you want to check that out, bro. Daniel, shame he couldn't see it out, but these things happen. Good luck to him. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly right. What do we got here? Warriors and NRL Fanatics. Nick, bro, how do you see Reece Walsh going next year? There'll be a lot of pressure on him going into next year with Roger Tuivasa-Sheck not there anymore. I know he played a fair bit on the wing, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, and I know Reece Walsh is a good young kid, but I said this the other week, and I will stand by this. Reece Walsh had one good rookie season in the NRL. That does not make you a superstar. Reece Walsh has a lot to learn. He's still a good young kid. He has plenty to learn. And the loss of Roger Tuivasa-Sheck for the Warriors next year is a massive, massive loss. So there'll be a lot of pressure on Reece Walsh next year, and obviously missing the first game or two due to that getting caught doing that illegal substances. So there'll be a lot of pressure on Reece Walsh next year. I think he'll have a good year, but he has to be top 3 player on ground every week for the Warriors if they're going to go great. I think if the New Zealand Warriors are going to do anything next year, Reece Walsh, Sean Johnson, and Adam Fanua-Blake are going to have to be the best 3 players on the field for the Warriors most weeks if they're going to make top 8 next year. They're going to have to be the best 3 players on the field. Lads, I don't know what you're talking about. Daniel, I've got no idea. Paddy G in the house. How you going, Paddy G? Hope you're well, bro. I hope you have a great Christmas, mates. He says, coach most under pressure and the next to get sacked. Oh, it's a good question. I'm going to say coach under the most pressure next year, I'm going to say is probably Trent Barrett and Brad Arthur. And I'd say coach next coach to get sacked, I'm going to say probably Todd Payten. I can't see Todd Payten keeping his job at the Cowboys. If the Cowboys are at the halfway mark and they're like, I don't know, 3-7, 3-9, 4-6, I don't see how Todd Payten can keep his job. So I'll say Todd Payten is probably next to get the sack. And I think Brad Arthur and Trent Barrett are the 2 coaches next year under enormous pressure. I guess you can throw in Nathan Brown in there as well. I guess you can throw in Michael Maguire. You can throw in a few coaches in there for next year, but I'd say they're probably the guys that I'm looking at under the pressure and to get the sack. Griffin is the right man for the Dragons. I absolutely agree with that. Anthony Griffin knows how to get his teams to the finals. And look, I've said this before, and I'm happy to say it again. If the Dragons did not have the barbecue thing with Paul Vaughan, in my opinion, they would have made top 8. Because think about it. Before the barbecue happened, the Dragons, all they would have had to do was win 2 games out of the last 8 or 9. Two wins, and they're in the top 8. But because the barbecue happened, it gave a chance for the Titans to get in there, it gave a chance to the Raiders, and gave a chance to the Sharks, and the Titans ended up getting in. So if it wasn't for the barbecue, the Titans wouldn't have made the top 8, I reckon, anyway. Hope we can get through this season coming with no scandals or anything. Yeah, gee, oh, God. Don't jinx it, bro, because you say it, it'll probably bloody happen now. Hope it doesn't. I hope there's no scandals, bro. I'm sick of scandals. Last year was bad enough. Which rookie will have a second-year syndrome? Wow, that's a great question. Wow. Second-year syndrome next year. Holy shit. Fuck. Put me on the spot there. I did not expect this question to come through at all. Second-year syndrome for next year. I'm going to go... Oh, wow. Second-year syndrome. Fuck me. I'll tell you what. I will go... Wow. Fuck. I'm having trouble fucking picking this one out. Second-year syndrome. Gee whiz. Fuck. I'll go with Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell's a good young fullback, and he will be in 3 or 4 years' time. But the Titans are going to really struggle next year with that spine they've got at the moment. So I'm going to say Jaden Campbell. I hope he has a great year. I like the kid a lot, but if the Titan spine remains as the way it looks right now, then I think he will have a shit year. So I'll say Jaden Campbell. Metallic Panther says, do you reckon Jamison Tamalolo will go good next year? He's going to have to, bro. If he plays minutes, I'll say he will. Jack Dempsey says, do you think the Dolphins should have tried harder to get Junior Paulo to the club? Yeah, I think so, but Parramatta just had to keep him, man. I think there'll be plenty of front rows around for there'll be plenty of front rows around for the Dolphins to go look at, I reckon. Jason Reader, what is your prediction for the Cowboys going into 2022? And do you think they'll make the top 8? I can't see it, bro. I think we'll be around somewhere between 13th and 11th. Probably 11th, 12th, or 13th, somewhere around there for the Cowboys. Like I said before, I don't think Todd Payton's the man for the job. If we had a different coach like a Shane Flanagan, or if we had an Anthony Griffin, or if we had someone better that was actually a good coach out there, maybe even a John Morris, if we had any of them coaches, I'd be confident around the top 8. But until Todd Payton figures out what the hell's going on up there, I can't say he's making the top 8. I just don't think Todd Payton's going to get us there, to be honest. Can we only ask a question about NRL? Yeah, you can ask other sports if you want, bro. Fire away. Fire away, Hoops with JC. All right. What else we got here? With some more questions coming through. The chat's going off. Make sure you guys go ahead and like the stream as well. It's much appreciated. Jay Lockyer, which coach would best suit the Cowboys? Well, I pretty much just answered that, didn't I? I'd say Shane Flanagan, John Morris, or who's not a coach at the moment? Let's go. Let's throw in. I wouldn't mind Cameron Ciraldo-Weaver at the Panthers or wherever he is now. Cameron Ciraldo wouldn't be bad either. Jeffrey, I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. Todd Payton's fucked. I hope we can go through a season without the yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I'm done with the fucking outbreak bullshit. I'm sick of it. Is Cameron Murray a good choice for South's captain? It will be announced tomorrow afternoon, says CJ Moxley. Yeah, I mean, it's a good choice. Last year, I thought Cameron Murray should have got the captaincy, but they went with Reynolds. And then, I mean, I said the other night or the other week now that Walker or Murray, one of them should be captain. Even co-captains wouldn't be bad. Damien Cook wouldn't be bad either, but I'd go Cam Murray. I think that's a fair call. Cowboys Premier 2022 says Sam Revel. Maybe on Rugby Live 4, bro. I don't see how we're going to make the top 8. Warriors and NRL Fanatic says Warriors top 8 in 2022. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Warriors not top 8. I'm going to say somewhere between 12th and 16th. I just don't believe in the Warriors. I don't believe their consistency. I don't trust Nathan Brown as head coach either. I don't know if he's the right man for the job as well. And you can't trust the Warriors. You just don't know what they're going to do. So I'm going to say top 8 would be a surprise for the Warriors, but they are due for a finals run. So we'll see what happens. Jack Dempsey, if you were running the Dolphins, who would be the next signing for the club who was off contract at the end of 2022? Who's off? Well, if they want, they can have Valentine Holmes. He's a piece of shit. But in all seriousness, Dylan Brown, maybe? Is Dylan Brown available? Maybe Dylan Brown? Cody Walker? I don't know, man. I don't know who the fuck's available at the end of 2022. Dylan, I'd say probably one of those players, man. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say at the moment. Who is a player to look out for in 2022? I would say a player to keep your eye on next year. Jordan Ricky for the Broncos. I think he'll have a big year next year. What is your best player at each position in the NBA? Minus Steph at point guard, PG, KD, Giannis, and Jokic. Who's for JC? I'd go Steph Curry. I'd go... Oh, fuck. Shooting guard's hard, isn't it? I'd go Steph Curry. I'd go James Harden. I'd go Kevin Durant. I'd go Giannis. I'd probably go Jokic as well. I just love James Harden, man. James Harden's very good, very underrated. Klay Thompson, I guess, when he comes back as well. There's so many guys you can choose for shooting guard. It's not even funny. Which team has an underrated spine heading into 2022? I would say probably Cronulla. Cronulla spine's like pretty underrated. Cronulla for sure. Becky Play says, I think Warriors will make the top 8. I mean, if you want to trust them, good luck. I can't see them making the top 8 at all. I'll be surprised if they make the top 8, the Warriors. Let me just have a mouthful of this Coke. Coca-Cola. Outstanding. Righto. What other questions we got here? All right, here we go. Who's for JC? James Harden ain't as good as he used to be, and this is coming from a Nets fan. Well, I mean, he's playing with Kevin Durant, so he doesn't have to do as much. If James Harden was by himself, he'd be averaging 33 a game. Who's for JC, mate? If James Harden was playing for a team like, let's say, Oklahoma, Houston, or someone shit, even fucking Detroit, if he was playing with any of them 3 teams, he'd be averaging about 33 a game, without a doubt. But he's with KD. He doesn't have to do much. He just has to do what he, passing and shit. Score maybe 15, 20 a game. Jeffrey says, what is your thoughts on the Roosters next year, Nick? I think the Roosters are in for a massive season next year. I think they will be absolutely outstanding. Roosters, for mine, will be top 4 next year. They are in for a big, big year. G'day, CT Dingo. I hope you're well, mates. Yeah, he is an insane playmaker. Yes, he is. Becky Plays. You're making me suffer from watching you drink Coke. I don't know what you mean by that. I genuinely have no idea what you mean. Jeffrey, what's your thoughts on the Roosters? Yeah, bro, they're in for a big year next year. They'll be hard to beat. They got a quality team. Quality team. Faraz is in the house. How you going, Faraz? Nick, what is the percentage of Broncos making the top 8 in 2022? I will say 56%. Yeah, I'd probably say about 52% Broncos top 8. I think at the moment I've got them in my top 8, but depends who the 5'8" is, man, because I look at the Broncos, right? You got Tony Staggs, Adam Reynolds, Capewell, and Haas. I still worry about the fullback in Selwyn Cobbo, who's only a kid still. I worry about who the 5'8 is going to be. You've got Gamble, you've got Kelly, you've even got Billy Walters, who's also a chance. In the hooker position, I don't really rate Jake Turpin as well. So Broncos for top 8 is a good chance, but they need to figure out what the right spine is. But they should go a lot better next year. When he was at the Rockets, he averaged 36 a game. Yeah, I remember that. That was outstanding. Who was your pick for the Rookie of the Year next year? Fuck. If Jaden Barrell is eligible for Rookie of the Year, I might go Jaden Barrell if he plays much. I like him a lot. Goosey. What about the Sharks in 2022? Mate, the Sharks are my smoky next year. They are going to have a good season. The Sharks next year, they have built a great roster. The forward pack is outstanding. I mean, look at that forward pack on paper. You've got a front row pairing of Dale Finucane and Toby Rudolph. You've got a back row of Wade Graham with experience. And you've got someone like Talakai who's a nightmare. He worries the defensive line. I trust it will absolutely destroy the halves that he runs at. And at lock, you got McGuinness. On the bench, you got the likes of Hamlin Uweli coming on. You got the likes of Connor Tracy coming on as a utility. Hamlin Uweli's there. Jack Williams is there as well. Britton Okora. And we've got guys in reserve grade like Teague Wilton coming through the system as well. You got so many good kids there in the Sharks. I think they're in for a big year next year. Sharks are a massive chance to do something big next year. They look great. For me, I'd have Gamble with Reynolds, but yeah, they might go with Kelly because he's similar. Well, I think Albert Kelly's similar to. I think it works better with Reynolds because that combination. I think they suit more better, but we'll see what happens. Metallic Panther, could the Broncos be back to a top 4 side in about 5 years' time? I'd give it 2-3 years and they'll be a top 4 team. With Reynolds there, the Broncos are just going to keep attracting players now. G'day, Zaya. Hope you're well, mate. Hoops with JC, top 5 NBA and NRL player. Oh, God, NBA, it's tough. You got a lot of good contenders. You got Steph, KD, Jokic, Giannis, and I'd say right now probably Paul George. Paul George has been awesome this year. I know he's been out a lot injured. Paul George has been great. So I'd say they're probably the 5 for me. It's very close. Like, there's a lot of great contenders. I think Steph's the best player in NBA right now. Hoops with JC. Who will be the best player for the Cowboys next year? This is a good question from Man City 11. Best player for the Cowboys next year, I will say will be. Well, it was Cohen S this year, although I still think I believe Reece Robson was the Cowboys' best player this year. I will say the best Cowboys player next year. I'm going to say it's going to be. I'll go with the Hammer. I think the Hammer will have a great year next year. I'll go the Hammer. Righto, what else we got here? A few other questions coming through here. Metallic Panther, the Sharks are smuggy at Paul Vaughan's barbecue. I think Broncos should try Stags at 5'8 again. I don't think he's played 5'8 before, bro, but if he did, maybe he played a game there last year. I can't remember, but I don't want to see him at 5'8. I want Kelly at 5'8, to be honest. Is Hodgson going to Parramatta still on? Yeah, he's going now in 2023. He's going now in 2023. Warriors. Oh no, he's talking about Warriors Fanatics. My smokies on the Newcastle Knights is Jeffrey. Really? That they lost Mitchell Pearce. The halves is terrible. They've got Adam Clune and Jake Clifford or Kurt Mann and Jake Clifford. Their halves look like shit. I reckon Newcastle are in for a really miserable year next year. That's just what I think anyway. Who was an overrated player for next year? Oh, God. Ash Taylor's up there. I'll say Ash Taylor. Ash failure for sure, bro. What's the most exciting team in the NBA in your opinion? Oh, God. Most exciting team? Well, fucking the Utah Jazz are good to watch. The Phoenix Suns are good. Golden State are good. But, they're obviously some of the best teams. I'll say in the Eastern Conference, I will say the Miami Heat, when they're full strength, are exciting. In the West, I'd say Utah Jazz. I love watching Utah play, man. They just don't miss from the 3-point line, man. They just fucking drain everything. They're good to watch. Who do you think will win the NBA? I think the NBA Finals will probably be Golden State versus the Bucks or the Nets. I'd say one of them two. I don't see the Bulls winning it. I don't see Philly getting there. My boys, Boston, probably won't get there. We'll be lucky to win a fucking playoff series. So I'll say probably Golden State or Phoenix at this stage. Maybe Milwaukee at full strength. Brooklyn, maybe. I'll say they're the 4 teams at the moment. Utah, probably the dark horse, to be honest. We've got a couple other questions here. I thought you'd say the Hammer, Nick. Yeah, the Hammer's a great player, man. He played at 5'8" in these. Oh, okay, that's right. Okay. That was a while ago now. Staggs played 5'8" in the first and second round. Did he? In 2020? Did he really? Oh, the game against South. I remember. Yes, I remember. Because I remember Brody Croft was their big season recruitment, the big buy, and then he got injured, and then they beat South. So I do remember that. Good point, Electrical Dust. Now I remember. It was ages ago, though. What do you think Sam Verrills will end up? I reckon he'll go to the Dolphins, eh? G'day, Luke. If there's an NRL gameplay at Sky Stadium in Wellington, will you guys come? Potentially. Will Kennedy Faunce? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. In the next 5 years, do you reckon the Panthers will have a downfall? Possibly. I think it's possible, but I think as long as I've got Toto, Crichton, Luai, Cleary, Fisher, Harris, Yo, all still there, they'll be a top 4 side for sure. Which club do you reckon Bevan French will end up if he returns to the NRL? Yeah, from what I understand, Bevan French is obviously still contracted to Wigan, but he came over because apparently someone was very sick in the family, so fair enough. But if he does come back to the NRL, I think a team like the Raiders would be a good fit. A team like the Dragons would be a good fit as well. So I'll probably say the Dragons or the Raiders would be a good fit. Even Souths. Souths wouldn't be a bad fit either. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, Goosey. No idea. Do you think the Knights will keep Ponga or will go to the Dolphins? I'll tell you what. Kalen Ponga is going to be very hard to keep for Newcastle. They're gonna really struggle to keep Kalen Ponga. I've got a feeling he'll go to the Dolphins. If Newcastle have a shit year, which I'm predicting them to have in 2022, if they go really bad, I can see Ponga leaving. I really can. Top 5 worst players at the moment. Oh, God. I don't know. The list is too long. I'll be here all night. Next player to be caught with steroids or drugs. Jesus Christ. I'm not even going to answer that. I reckon Panthers have a slight downfall this year. I don't know, bro. I mean, you've still got Edwards. He's not a great fullback, but he does the job. Toto's there. Crichton's there. Luai, Cleary, Fisher, Harris. Coruscant's still there. Kickout's there another year. Martin's a gun. Yo. Sorensen will get better. Moses Leota. Panthers will still be top 4 next year. Whether you like him, you hate him, you reckon they're cocky, they dance too much. I reckon they do that shit way too much. But I think the Panthers will still be great next year. They're going to be hard to beat. They've got a quality team. They won the comp, for God's sakes. They will be top 4 for sure next year. For sure. Ponga is tempted to leave big time. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. Dolphins should keep their eyes on French. Yeah, I reckon they should as well. Best player for the Sharks next year. I'm going to go with... I'll tell you what. I'm going to go Jesse Ramian. I reckon Jesse Ramian is going to have a huge year next year. I'm a big fan of Jesse Ramian. They just need to try and get him more ball. So I'll go Jesse Ramian. What do you like in the Aussie NBL? Oh, bro, I don't really watch the NBL much. I do go for the Illawarra Hawks in the NBL, but I don't really watch it very often. I never get around to it, man. So hopefully the Illawarra Hawks just keep winning games. Metallic Pamela says, Ponga is honestly an overrated player, in my opinion. Most of the time he gets injured and he is very inconsistent. Well, that is a good point, and I do agree with that. That's a fair call. Jason Reader, which NRL team will be the biggest disappointment in 2022? Well, people are not going to like this. I'm going to say the Rabbitohs. They've lost Wayne, they've lost Reynolds, they've lost Gagai. They've lost a fair bit. Reynolds is a big loss. Gagai is a big loss. So I'm going to say South will be disappointing next year. Parramatta as well. I can't see Parramatta making the top 8. I reckon Parramatta or South, one of them will be disappointing next year. Who was a player that will lead the NBA for the next 15 years? Oh, God. Well, you've got Trae Young. You've got Jason Tatum. You've got Luka. You've got Ja Morant. You've got, there's so many to choose from, man. Anthony Edwards from Minnesota. It's hard to choose, man. There's that many good young kids coming through the NBA right now. Luke, Jack Williams, I reckon, will have a breakout if he gets the chance. Yeah, Luke, I agree. Jack Williams is a gun. He's a great bench play. Comes off the bench. Great impact as well. I'm going to go with Jack Williams, man. I think I agree with you, bro. Jack Williams will have a breakout year next year. I think he's a great prop, and I think he'll be in for another good year next year. Which NBA team has surprised you the most or disappointed? Well, disappointed. Atlanta have been a bit disappointing for mine and New York as well. Most surprising, I'd say, is probably Memphis. I didn't think Memphis would be going this great. Cleveland as well. So I'd say those two sides have been quite surprising and disappointing. All right. A few more questions to go. Jeffrey, can Sulphur do well next year in the Super League, Nick? Well, in the Super League, you got 12 teams. You need to make top 6 to make the finals. I'll say Sulphur will be somewhere between 9 and 6. Probably not going to make the finals, but you just never know. Bucky Places, I don't think South will make top 8. That's a bold prediction. Very bold. We'll see what happens. What do you think Sulphur will finish next year? I'll say between 6 and 9. We're not going to come last, but I think we're going to go pretty average. But we don't have the best team by any means. Who will have a breakout year for the Warriors next year? I'm going to go with Ben Masila, Josh Curran, or Rocco Berry. I'll go one of them 3. Watching much of the Ashes? Yeah, bits and pieces of it. I was watching a bit of it earlier. Australia were batting for ages, and they just, they were batting for a while, but it took them a while to get going. But yeah, not much. What do you think of the potential of LeBron playing in the NBA with his son? Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be awesome, bro. Hopefully it happens. Who will be the starting halves for the Warriors next year since I got like 7 or 8 of them? I'll go Chanel Harris, Tavita, and Sean Johnson. I reckon Ronaldo Mulatalo will have a great year. Yeah, well, apparently he's moving to center next year. So I think he'll go great there. Apparently, center is actually Ronaldo Mulatalo's actual best position. So I think he'll go great if he plays centers. Who's favourites for the Premier League? Wait, what? Is it talking about Premier League fanatics? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Who'll have a breakout season for Penrith? I'll go Scott Sorensen or that young Taylor Mate kid, the young centre. Electrical Dust. Is Croft going to start at Salford? I'm going to say yes. I think he will. Because Salford lost a bed. I think Mark Sneed and Croft will be the halves. Grand Final 2022, and who do you... okay, Drinkwater, I think we'll have a good year. As for 2022 Premiers, I reckon Roosters are going to win the comp next year. A lot of people are not happy with that, but I think the Roosters are going to win next year. That's what I think. I think they just got everything right. Luke says, to be honest, I don't see the Cowboys coming last next year. I think more Dragons, Tigers, or Bulldogs. Wow, Cowboys just need to get the... I don't see the Dragons coming last, or the Dogs, maybe Tigers. Tigers don't look great. Tigers have got a few issues. Do you follow the golf? Nah, bro. I'd fall asleep. Yeah, if I start Taylor, they're fucked. Premier League, well, it's between 3 teams, isn't it? Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City. So I'll go for Chelsea. So hopefully Chelsea, but Man City are probably the favourites right now. St. Helens have won 3 in a row. Yeah, I'm going with St. Helens now. Yeah, fuck that. Doing much for Christmas and New Year? Christmas, not really. New Year, haven't really thought that far ahead yet. Who do you think the Sharks' halves will be? I think it'll be Nico Hines at 5'8", Braden Trindle at halfback. Croft will get your nerves a lot. Yeah, probably. All right, guys, that might wrap it up for the Nick from Australia Rugby League Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, become a member today, Nick from Australia membership. The link's in the description below. $5 a month. And also, thank you to Manscaped for once again for Manscaped for sponsoring the video. Guys, the Lawnmower 4.0, great shaver for your balls. It has new skin safe technology, so you don't nick your balls. The package comes with the Lawnmower 4.0, the ball deodorant, the ball toner. The discount code, guys, is on the screen right here, NFA. Guys, I'm getting out of here. Have a fantastic Thursday night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night for another video. Until then, stay safe. See you later.